Hey. 5 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mummy duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. So, should we feed the ducks bread? Or does it now fill you with dread? So it came about a few years ago, I remember, where they started saying that you shouldn't feed the ducks bread anymore. And you should feed them things like frozen peas and things like that. But I don't know, it's just something they've got used to, I think. And I know it's like junk food for them and it's not the best for them. However, they are now saying, there's now signs going up at parks and places where they're actually asking people to feed the ducks again because they're starving. They're too hungry because we've basically domesticated them, haven't we? Over the years, they've been very domesticated, and I don't think we'd have half as many ducks if it wasn't for people feeding them. So yeah, basically they've got used to it and they're starting to starve if people don't feed them, especially in the winter. In the summer, yeah, we probably shouldn't be feeding them that much in the summer because they've got a lot of their own food, although that does tend to be, from what I've seen, the time that most people do feed them. So we probably need to stop doing that. But in the winter, like now it's January and it's going to be very cold soon. If we get any ice, then they won't be able to get to their own food. So I think in the winter months especially, we actually do really need to feed them. Otherwise, yeah, they're going to start starving, you know. And I know it's not great for them to have it all the time, but if you're giving them some bread in small amounts, always make sure you're giving them small amounts. And if they don't seem to want it, if they're not eating it because they've already had enough, then don't carry on feeding them. So what I've seen, especially in the summer, is that people will just keep putting bread in even when they clearly don't want it. And I've even seen like whole loaves, you know, like not even broken up, just like whole loaves of bread just floating along, you know, which is obviously really bad for the water, especially like in lakes and canals where it's stagnant water. So that is very, very stupid. So people need to use their brains, use their common sense, and listen to the animals. So if they're acting hungry, then give them some. If they don't seem bothered, then don't, you know. But obviously with our children, it's a lovely thing to do, isn't it? I've got some nice memories when I was little and with my son. Luckily, they were letting people do it still then when he was little. And it's one of the favourite things to do, you know, for kids to just go down to the park, feed the ducks. Such a simple, nice thing to do. And as long as it's in moderation, I think that's the key with everything in life, isn't it? You know, in moderation. And just as we don't have perfect diets, most of us, ducks don't need to have perfect diets. Yeah, it might not be that nutritious, but it is filling. And in the winter, I'm sure they'd rather have some food than no food. Otherwise, their duck numbers are going to go way down.